The iPhone 16 series is about to launch very soon, and today we are going to deep dive into every details we can find via leaks and rumors about this series. And before jumping into the launch dates and expected pricing, especially in India, let's see what upgrades we might get first. So first we're going to talk about the models we're supposed to be getting, and as usual we will be getting a non-pro series and a pro series. And even though there was a rumor floating around for an ultra model, but there were not enough details about it even to this date, so yeah, it's not happening most probably. We will still be getting the iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Plus and the iPhone 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now when it comes to the design changes, the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will be getting the old iPhone X styled or the iPhone 12 or 11 styled camera layout, which will be vertical now as opposed to the diagonal lens layout since the iPhone 13 to the iPhone 15. And the main reason here might be the spatial video feature for the Vision Pro headset. These phones will however retain a similar design pattern like the frosted back finish with rounded edges and matte finished frames from the iPhone 15. So the new design is basically merging the iPhone 11 or 12 with the iPhone 15 for this one. The iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max will retain a similar design like the 15 Pro or the 15 Pro Max. All the phones will now have the action button, so finally Apple will say bye-bye to the OG mute switch along with an extra capture button for taking photos or videos by directly pressing that button, and maybe some more functionality dedicated to taking photos or videos with this particular button. The iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus might come in these colors, while nothing so sure about the 16 Pro series, but you can expect colors like this. The displays of the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus are basically going to be the same, with the iPhone 16 will have a 6.1-inch display and the 16 Plus a 6.7-inch display. It is still going to be a 60Hz display, and till 2025 all iPhone base lineup will still be having a 60Hz display, which might change after 2025. The iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max might see a display size upgrade, where the 16 Pro might get a 6.25-inch or 6.3-inch display and the 16 Pro Max might get a 6.85-inch display or a 6.9-inch display with of course the 120Hz Pro motion. Apple might be using a micro lens technology developed by Samsung, which will make the screen up to 20% brighter than before while saving battery due to its less power consumption. Apple might also be using border reduction structure or BRS for even thin borders on these iPhones, and even the Face ID could get an upgrade. Now there's no confirmations about the processor which is gonna be used, but it seems like Apple will most probably use an Apple A18 chip for the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus, whereas the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max might get a even powerful A18 Pro chipset, where the main differences might be in the GPU core counts and clock speeds or AI capabilities. But overall both of these chips will be powerful, and obviously the A18 Pro will be a beast in terms of raw performance or even neural intelligence or AI. The iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will have the usual 128GB as the base storage, with up to 256GB for the iPhone 16 and up to 512GB for the iPhone 16 Plus. The iPhone 16 Pro might also get the 128GB of base storage, with the iPhone 16 Pro Max might get a 256GB as base storage like last year, and both of them might get up to 1TB of storage or maybe even 2TB as stated in some rumors. And all of the iPhones will have 8GB of RAM this time. All of the iPhones will come out of the box with iOS 18 with obviously AI features integrated in it, and even though Apple never mentions about the software support cycle, you could expect it to get upgrades of around 6 years. And also the AI features might be restricted to phones having Apple A17 chipsets or beyond only, meaning any phone before the iPhone 15 series might actually not get the AI capabilities. Let's see what actually happens. Now in terms of specifications, the iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will retain the 48MP main sensor, but it seems like Apple might use a Samsung sensor instead of a Sony sensor, which I'm not sure will be the case across all the iPhone 16 series or only for the 16 Pros. Anyways, it will also have the 12MP ultra wide angle camera and the 12MP front cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro and the Pro Max might get a new and upgraded 48MP main sensor with a 48MP ultra wide angle sensor with bigger sensor sizes. The 16 Pro might finally get the 5x periscope lens instead of the 3x one, and the 16 Pro Max might get even a better zoom lens, maybe a 10x or above, but I'm not sure about that yet. What's sure is that it will be a big upgrade over the 5x periscope lens, and obviously the 12MP front cameras for these two, and also maybe 8K recording finally would come to the iPhones. Who knows? Apart from the iPhone 16 Plus, all other iPhones might get an incremental battery upgrade as you can see in this chart. Now what's the reason behind that? I don't know. Maybe due to weight reduction, and maybe because it might have a better low power consumption display. Not so sure about that. Now the iPhone 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max might use a stacked battery technology, which means that finally these phones might have a faster charging speeds at 40 watts for wired and up to 20 watts for MagSafe for wireless charging. The iPhone 16 and the 16 Plus will still retain the 20 watts wired and 15 watts MagSafe for wireless charging as of now. So now talking about the pricing, the iPhone 16 might start at around 80,000 rupees or $799 and the iPhone 16 Plus might start at around 1,10,000 rupees or maybe higher due to higher component costs, or around $899. The iPhone 16 Pro might be at around 1,38,000 or 40,000 or $999, and these are all for the 128GB or base variants of these phones, whereas the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which starts at 256GB, might cost you around 1,69,000 or about $1,300. So the pricing might change in India but not so much in the US. Even though there's no strong leaks about the launch dates, you can expect these phones to be launching by the end of September this year, and you might have to pre-order them first if you want to buy them first, and you might also get some introductory offers, and later on will be available in online or offline stores a few days later. So this was all about the iPhone 16 series leaks a few months prior to its launch, and I hope it did answered a lot of your questions. If not, let me know in the comments. Until the next one, this was Riddhi. See you guys.